Rabbi Avi طويل, you are the director of the European Jewish Community Center in Brussels. Rabbi طويل, thank you for being with us.
Isa, thank you for welcoming me here.
The Jewish in Europe have been the target of several attacks. I quote here the supermarket in France in 2015, in Nice attack, also in Jewish Brussels Museum. Why?
Well, I think something special that ideologies influence the mind of people, that we paint reality in a different way. We look at a person, we stop seeing him as an individual, but we see him as an ideology, we see him as something that is not. So I think there's a problem of conspiracies and extremism here in Europe, but many other places in the world as well, of just disconnecting from reality. Jews, Muslims, Christians, atheists, we are talking about people, we're talking about individuals, and in most of the cases, terrorist attacks, they target innocent human beings, children, husbands, mothers, brothers. So I think that is the core of the problem.
Do you think whether the self-styled capital of Europe is safe for Jewish?
So I tell you, I live here in Brussels for 14 years, and I walk in the street with kippah, so I can be easily identified as Jewish. So to my children. And I must share with you that in many occasions we are reminded in the street of our origins, and not in a very pleasant way. And what is actually more interesting is that my children are targeted more often than myself. And I hear the same reality from my colleagues or friends, people that wear kippah in the streets. They are very often targeted.
Targeted by whom?
So usually are people that they come with the claim of an ideology or calling Palestine or some kind of targeting Jews for an ideology again. So they look at a person and they think that this person is behind some conspiracy. So perhaps in their mind, I like psychology and I try to understand what goes in the mind of people that target children. So it seems that they are kind of mobilizing themselves for a cause. They're trying to fight the cause for Palestinian innocent children or something. But the point is that they're screaming to kids here in the streets of Brussels. So that, I think, it's unacceptable.
Do you think that the conflict in the Middle East can emanate the hostility almost exclusively from young men of Arabic descent?
Yeah, so again, going back to ideologies, it seems to be the case. That what I hear also from my friends in the Muslim community is that the level of conspiracy theorists and untruthful ideas that is taking place in today's society, it's very worrying. But not only in one specific community, but I think the fake news phenomena of these days, I think it's so strong that even neutral people, they are so skeptical about these conspiracies that they are not fast also to condemn it. So young people in Brussels or in Europe, they don't condemn anti-Semitism very fast because they're not sure really if it's right or wrong. There is a kind of a veil of suspicion that is covering truth, is covering just the plain reality of the world.
After these attacks targeting Jewish community, many Zionist associations called Jewish in Europe to move to Israel if they are scared or their lives are in danger. What's your reaction about this procedure?
So my work here in Brussels we're focusing on something very important. We have to understand that there is behind us 2,000 years of history. Jewish communities in Europe, there are many ancient historians into modern times that you can see the history of Jews in Europe in stones, in papers, in all documentation. So I think it's enough time, 2,000 years, for local communities and also Jewish communities to understand that we are local. In the end, there is the Hebrews or the Jews in Middle East, they have 1,500 years. And in Europe, we have 2,000 years. So it's enough time to feel local and to understand that when there is a local phenomenon, a local situation, it's up to us to work on that. Not up to us, to Jews, but up to the entire society. Therefore, I do believe that when there's a child who is being targeted, if he's Muslim, a Muslim child, because there's a lot of also anti-Muslim hatred, as we all know, I feel an attack to my children. When a child, even though he's not my child, I feel that if children are targeted, so it is my issue. So I do hope that when a Jewish child is targeted, also it is the issue of the entire society, not only of a specific community. But I am more concerned about people building together and creating coalitions. This month we're in Brussels, there are taking place many beautiful activities. For instance, with our friend Lassan Amouche from Al Muwatin, we're creating a round table with many people to talk about coexistence and living together. How can we be forward-looking to a peaceful society? On the 27th of March, there is about 3,000 young people who are coming to play sports, play for peace, with our friend Ayman Ramdani and many people from all communities in Brussels. So I do see a spark of light in this situation where the society is realizing that we cannot fall prey to this extremism, and we cannot be neutral and just wait. We have to act. Mm-hmm. So I do have to point out that there is a spark of hope of rebuilding together. So I don't think we have to run away from problems. We have to face them, realize and acknowledging them, and trying to change it. How do you change it? In my opinion, is with education, with understanding, with communication, talking to those who are not like you, who don't think like you, who may even not agree with you. We have to understand that we are all entitled to have different opinions, different political opinions, but no conflict elsewhere in the world should change the way neighbors live together here in Brussels or elsewhere in Europe.
How do you react to the 21st of March trial of Mehdi Namouche, the suspected gunman in 2014 museum attack in Brussels?
Well, I think that we are in a state of law, and we hope that there will be justice applied to this case. But clearly, this situation of this attack. It is beyond justice. It's a case of targeting innocent people. It's about terrorism. So I think we have to make a statement, and all communities in Brussels need to unite and declare that this is not acceptable. This is crossing a red line when we target people just because of their religion or their origin. We will not accept that foreign conflicts are being brought into our society here, regardless of our political opinions of anywhere in the world. Here in Brussels, there are so many people from all communities that are determined that this will be a peaceful society. And I hope that we win the battle.
Rabbi Avi Tawil, thank you very much.
Thank you.